And so you saw him go out, and then of course Sheamus went in, and while he was dealing with him, you can hear Sheamus was like, "Are you all right, man? Like, you all right, fella?" And so the ref decided, put on his little medical gloves and whatnot. But then Cesaro came back, and
I gotta give him credit for that.
Definitely,
because if it was me,
quit.
Cesaro, you got this. I mean, not Cesaro, Sheamus, you got this. I got to go get my fix. Like that is like that goes to show you like how invested some of these wrestlers are. Because like a lot of people say, "Well, wrestling's fake. Wrestling's fake." Yeah, a lot of it's scripted and a lot of it's planned, but stuff can go wrong sometimes. Right. We've seen that a few months ago. Remember when Sheamus kicked Jeff Hardy's tooth out?
Yep.
So sometimes freakish stuff can happen, and you can tell when it's real because just like everything stops for like a quick moment. You're like, oh, I don't think that was supposed to happen.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming.
So I mean, that just shows the toughness of him to continue to fight through that, because I don't think I would have been able to do that.
Right.
That would have been it.
Definitely. Whether you want to call it... Well, first off, there's a difference between it being completely fake and being scripted. Mm-hmm. They have the idea of who's going to win, but the physicality in the majority of this match is definitely real, especially on pay-per-views. Like, now you can see, I've definitely watched a couple of Raw and SmackDowns where I see them missing punches and selling it, but when pay-per-view comes, then that's the time that they tell them it's time to go in.
Show, yeah.
Right. So, definitely have to commend these athletes, because these are athletes that train literally constantly to not only perform for the sake of the audience, but have to deliver and execute moves on one another and still be in a good sense of safety. Mm-hmm. So,
but that was just like I said, that was one of the, when I saw it, I was like, oh my God. Because sometimes when people bleed like the fake blood when they bust their head,
right?
You be like, oh, that's But that was literally like Cesaro's blood running, gushing out of his gums, like from his teeth not being there.
It's horrible.
But the match, I mean, you can continue on with the match. I mean, I enjoyed the match. I thought it was the best one.
Yeah, no, that part, and there was one other part that I wrote down when Sheamus had Dean for the white noise, and Cesaro was about to come to do his little tag finisher, but Seth decided that he was going to try and do a Hurricane Rana, I think that's what they call it, on some Cesaro off the turnbuckle. But instead, Cesaro catches him, and after Sheamus does the white noise, Cesaro powerbombs Seth Rollins on top of Dean, which then I thought the match was over. I truly thought that they were about to win, and when Dean Ambrose kicked out, I was like, oh. Like,
I didn't think it was over at that point. I said they can't let Dean and Seth go down like that.
I mean, yeah.
It was a nice move though. It's like one of those, like, it's kind of like in a movie, like a jump scare.
Right.
And it catches you off guard. I was like, oh, jump. But then I was like, oh, he gonna kick out.
Nah, I honestly thought it was gonna be over. And then the match ended with Sheamus giving an accidental bro kick to Cesaro, knocking him out the ring. And then Seth and Dean did their finisher. Seth hits him with the knee, and he turns around into Dean Ambrose for the dirty deeds. And they retain their championship, man. And like you said, I agree. I won't give it the best match, but I do think it was a top match for me.
It wasn't the best match. The other match on the card was better than that. The two main events before. I'm not even going to say anything, but go ahead.
I really can't pick a best.
There was this
was one of my top three. I can't say which one is number one. There's three matches that I felt like were the top.
All of the matches were bad.
Wow.
All of them.
All of them?
All of them were bad. And the way that they built this pay-per-view up, and this is a WrestleMania caliber, and it's just like...
It definitely wasn't WrestleMania caliber, but I can't...
It feel like WrestleMania to me.
I can't say it was all bad.
WrestleMania was bad. So I just couldn't get invested in it. I mean, like, the leading up, it was just like, okay, they got me intrigued. So I'm thinking tonight, I'm going to watch No Mercy. I'm going to be blown away. And I wasn't.
Wow.
I mean, out of all the matches on this show, the Rollins, Ambrose, Cesaro, Sheamus match, to me, it's the best one.
But everything else
had some good spots, but it's just, as we go further into it, I'll kind of explain why. It was just not a good pay-per-view.
Oh my goodness, that's disheartening.
It is for the WWE. I mean, as a fan watching this, it's like only way I remember No Mercy is like, that was the pay-per-view where Brock and Strowman fought, and that was the one they had Cena and Reigns. But then, other than that, that's the only reason I remember. There's nothing that left a lasting impression on me.
Okay, and now, I mean, to put it like that, as far as to leave a lasting effect on me, yeah, the tag team match would be the only one
that'd be the only one, and then not even because of the whole
for
thing
me,
with
yeah,
the teeth.
for me that
it was just with that, but it was just like it was actually good wrestling,
right? Okay.
But I mean, I can tell we disagree on.
Yeah, because I was about to
explain yourself as we go along.
Because this next match I kind of had as one of my top 3 matches. And it was surprisingly one of my top 3 matches, and this was the Fatal 5-Way for the Women's Championship match. It was between the champion Alexa Bliss, Bayley, Sasha Banks, Emma, and Nia Jax. And can I start by saying that Emma actually surprised me as a wrestler tonight.
She did some good stuff. She did.
So, but the 2 main things that surprised me, which is why I have this as one of the top cards, as one of my top 3 matches. When first off, Nia Jax doing the double Samoan drop with Alexa Bliss and Sasha Banks, which for one, Corey Graves said that was the first time he's seen it, and she's done it.
I've ever seen that.
She's done it before. She's actually done it on Raw one time. It was like one of the squash matches with unknown people. But yeah, that's one of the things they throw under the table. But the main thing for me was when they did the 4-way power bomb out the ring.
See how she landed on her neck?
Yes.
I said, but they about to snap her neck.
Right. She definitely was a couple inches away from being seriously injured.
And toward the end, when they rammed her into the ring post,
yeah,
and how she fell out the ring, she hit pretty hard.
She did. She did.
Like, for her to be that big and to be trying to do that high risk,
she really sold those moves.
She did.
Like that 4-way powerbomb to me was like, I saw it. That was another mouth drop for me. Like that was
rough. I was like, oh, look at her neck. I was like, ooh.
So that's definitely why I have this as my top 3. But the winner of this match, somehow Alexa Bliss maintained, and she won it because she dodged Nia Jax, like you said, when she ran to the turnbuckle and fell out. And then Bayley tried to attack her, but instead she knocked Bayley into Emma, knocking Emma out of the ring, and then she hit her little DDT finisher on Bayley and won the match.
In this match,
what's that?
I'm glad Bayley was the one that got pinned.
Why, man? Why do you?
Because
say
they just threw her in there.
So she's
the only one that makes sense for her to get pinned. Because
True.
She just literally got added at the end.
Okay.
Monday night.
I can respect that.
And you know, I saw Bayley. She really didn't get as aggressive, but she noticed when Sasha was like, "Okay, this is for the championship, so this and stuff. We can work together for a little while, but when it come down to it, we got to bang." So they had some nice spots, her and Sasha, but it's just Bayley. I was just glad she took the pin. Of anybody, I feel like it should have been somebody. Not saying it as a bad thing for her, but because she's probably one of the more relevant ones in the matches, and it was like, oh, she's back now. She just came back. We got the momentum going with Bayley, and then boom. It's like the WWE continues to bury Bayley. Like what? Yeah. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Bayley.
Unfortunately,
and it was so funny how the guy that is in the Bayley clothes in the front row, he just standing there like, oh my God, Bayley just lost. Like, it was so funny to see that. But then I was like, you literally have grown men out here wearing Bayley gear.
I love Bayley, but you
love her enough to wear her gear.
No.
Okay.
I'm not gonna get the headband, the little arm things. Like I wouldn't even get Ultimate Warrior stuff now because it looks so Bayley relevant now. Like, no, I couldn't do it, man. But yeah, like you said, there's literally grown men out here. But hey, I mean that's their love for the sport.
I understand, but it's like it's a limit, and he's really went over the limit.
Oh, definitely.
But I like Bayley, but it's just like they continue, like they're undecided what they want to do with her. Like they'll build her up and then they'll break her down, build her up, break her down. So it's like, what do we, like we can never like a lot of people are not really fully invested in her. Like as far as talent wise, she's good in terms of like probably like merchandise sales and getting the crowd pumped when her music hits. But it's just like when she is like, I like her move, I like her finisher. The Billy is a good finisher, but it's just like.
Honestly, I don't like this. I don't
like that.
It's too simple for me. It's just a belly to belly.
I mean, you got to think about it. That's women though.
I guess for women,
Jordan does.
I would have liked when she did the Hulk elbow. How that was part of her finisher when she first came out. I like that. Now maybe if she kept doing that, to me that's more believable of a finish than just a simple belly to belly. But like you said, I have to respect the fact
that who likes the Superman punch. You really
but that's creative. You don't see everybody doing the Superman punch. Big E does the belly to belly every night. That's what I'm saying. Huh? I mean, yeah. And so if Bayley can sell it on Emma and Sasha Banks, Big E should be
belly to belly, Nia Jax.
I mean, this is true. I don't know, man. I love, as much as you know I love Bayley. I really don't care too much for the little Bayley to belly suplex. So
what kind of move you rather her do?
I don't know. I just want something more
a neck breaker or
something.
A DDT. Well, you can't do the DDT because Bliss does.
Yeah, Alexa Bliss does it. Which to me, like, it's that once again, that's a move everybody does. But I like the fact that it's used as a finisher. Like that to me is a finisher caliber move. So, and Sasha Banks, she doesn't really have an actual suplex finisher. It's pretty much just the bank statement.
And sometimes she'll do the little thing when she gets on their back and.
Yeah,
and it's a backstabber,
right?
Or whatever.
But that's usually what she used the leads into the bank statement. Mm-hmm. Now she does do that knee thing off the turnbuckle.
Yeah, I like that too.
So I do like that.
The double knees where she comes down.
Right.
On top of them.
I don't know, man. I don't know what she could do different. You know, what a different finisher she'll have. So I'm guessing I'm content, but I would have loved to see something different.
Yeah, but I was glad that Bayley took the pin. You can't have no one pin Emma. You got to have somebody get pinned of relevance to retain a title or to win a title. I knew Emma wasn't going to be involved in being the person who got pinned. You can't let Sasha get pinned. You can't let Nia get pinned.
Couldn't.
So it only made sense for Bayley to be the one because they always throw her under the rug anyway.
That's true. That might be why they brought her back.
Could be. I mean, like I said, I wasn't a fan of the 5-way match anyway. I'm just like, as we said, you follow our podcast whenever we do cover WWE. I'm just the Fatal 4-ways, the Fatal 5-ways, the 6-pack challenges, and even sometimes triple threat matches. Sometimes. I can pretty much deal with a triple threat sometimes.
It's just too much of it.
It's just too much stuff to try to, and you have more of a chance for the match quality to not be as great because you got all this stuff going on at one time,
right? And
you have a lot of botches where sometimes people forget to do a move, or I was supposed to do that, or I was waiting on you to do this, So it is what it is. It was a good match. I was surprised Bliss retained. I actually thought she would lose.
Yeah, me too.
But maybe that's building toward Asuka coming, as we found out. She will be at TLC.
But this is alright, so I'm going to give some fantasy on this.
Okay.
I don't like Bliss being the top tier thing that Asuka has to get to, considering that Nia Jax is there. Like we say, Nia Jax is definitely the Braun Strowman of the women's division.
Yeah, no doubt.
So, for me, and then Asuka's coming in, an undefeated competitor right now. And from, Wrestle Talk TV's resources, they're going to continue to do her undefeated streak, at least until she gets the title. Mm-hmm. I personally feel like you have to go up the ladder. Like, Alexa Bliss doesn't... she deserves the title. I mean, she's been winning it. But for me, at the end of Asuka's title thing, title race, I guess, to get to it, I would want to see her overcome Nia.
Something like monumental.
Right, because like most of the people that Asuka's faced, from what I've seen from highlights of her on NXT, have been Bayley size, Sasha size, Bliss size, but no one Nia size. So for that would be like the match that people would be like, oh, well, she might lose this one. So,
or it could be a thing. I could see two things here.
Okay.
Maybe Asuka works her way up
right
through Bayley.